Sadness is a consistent, recurring factor of life. Hard times or bad times or really negative times are a fact of life. You can't change these things. You can only change how you interpret these things. And how you interpret these conditions may just be the difference between you having a more effective life or having a less effective life. And I want to believe that if you are given the chance to choose between effectiveness and ineffectiveness, you will choose effectiveness every single time. So today's mental model simply says, zoom out when you face difficult times. Whenever life does not go as planned, and life mostly does not go as planned, simply zoom out. Realize that there is a grand scheme of things. Everything eventually would add up to one beautiful story. In the grand scheme of things, you would remember this moment as just a fickle, just a little discomfort. It wouldn't seem so big in the grand scheme of things. The way you're feeling right now, it feels like your world is about to end. It feels like everything is about to go down. Eventually, you would realize it wasn't that deep. It wasn't that serious. Yeah. For those of you who go to church, you would agree with me that when people give testimonies, it appears so simple, right? You would see a woman talk about how she was barren for 19 years. 19 years, and she's saying, and now to the glory of God, I have gotten my child. It looks so simple, right? So easy. It looks like that 19 years passed so exactly because she's at the end, at the other end of her victory. She has lived the life, she has endured the journey, and now she has her victory. That is why many people sound like motivational speakers, because they've basically gotten their results. They have won. They've won the race. And so when they speak, you mostly cannot relate to what they're saying because you're speaking from a point of they've won. You can't really blame them. They've won. And so they might look down on the difficulties they had to go through, how painful it was when they were still on the journey. I mean, it looked like so overwhelming. The mountains would look so big, but at the end, it would look so small. So whatever you're facing right now, it's not so important. It's not so important. Eventually, you realize it's not going to be so much as you are feeling it right now. 50 years from now, you won't even remember this moment. So why make a big deal out of it? In trading, a friend was teaching me something about trading, and he spoke about frames, time frames, and how there are many issues you would encounter as a trader if you always focus on the smaller time frames, like maybe 30 seconds, 1 minute, 15 minutes. But how if you zoom into hours and days and weeks and months, you would suddenly see patterns that are existing in the market that you may have missed if you didn't zoom out. A lot of things become irrelevant. A lot of worries become irrelevant once you have a long-term vision. When you see things from decades and years instead of days and hours. You can feel bad for a couple of hours. You can feel bad for a couple of days. And if you're very lazy, you can feel bad for a couple of weeks. But eventually, 10 years from now, you wouldn't even remember how you felt. So it's not that important. Eventually, for the joy of childbirth, the woman would be happy she endured 9 months of pain because she can now see her baby girl, her baby boy. But in those 9 months, it was hell. She would have wished she didn't get into this. In fact, She would wish never to have to go through pregnancy again. But guess what? After giving birth, just a few months after, she'll be looking forward to the next one. So don't allow bad temporal conditions, especially when you know they are temporal. Don't allow them spiral into more and more negative things and make a whole stretch of regression. Turn it around and make progress, because all of that pain, all of that sadness, in the grand scheme of things, you won't even see it. You won't even notice it. You would mostly have a positive story to tell. Now, this is not a call to suppress your emotions. You can cry if you feel like crying. But this is a call to control your emotions. Be in charge. Don't allow them break your graph. Your graph is supposed to be going up, 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 up. Don't let conditions break the graph. No. To live a more effective life, you have to realize sadness is not going to be remembered as much as happiness. Interpret everything from the lens of the future. Think about it this way. The tougher the battle, the more epic the story would be. If the battles were so easy to overcome, the story wouldn't be interesting. What makes a movie very, very interesting is that there were so many high tension moments, so many plot twists, so many unexpected occurrences. Check your favorite movies, check your favorite stories. Those uncertain moments were what made it exciting. And so, accept an exciting life. Reject a boring life. If things are tough, difficult, annoying, accept it. And zoom out. Follow and share this episode with your friends if you want them to have the same mindset. I release these episodes every day, so you can find more episodes like this on my Spotify or my YouTube platform. You can also visit wittyprince.substack.com to get the mental models as an article. Our time is up. See you tomorrow.